Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. This is the Joyful Sojourn, and we are talking about quarter three today, or at least a little bit of quarter three, and the planners that I am using. So later this week, I will be posting a video going through my current planner stack. I think I have six planners maybe I'm using right now. Today we're focused on this happy planner. It's a teacher layout, but I am not a teacher and I am not using it for teaching things. I'm using it for my family and budget related tracking. Is it a budget planner or a finance planner? No, that's not what I am looking to do. The Happy Plan does make that product, and Hell of a Plan has a really good one as well. This is not full-blown budget planner. This is me stepping into tracking our daily expenses just to see how we're doing financially. And the goal for us right now in this season of life is to basically spend as little money as possible, because we cut our income in half when I quit my job outside the home to have more time in the home with my family and to do stuff with the Joyful Sojourn. So yeah, finances are tight and I want to be able to kind of track things and really write down our expenditures every day and track our income as well. When the money comes in, when the money goes out. And I'm not going to do it in a full ledger situation. I just want to do it every day. I write down if we spent any money. It's pretty simple, and let's get into it. So this is the aesthetic, the way that it's spelled, teacher planner from the Happy Planner. I purchased this on the Happy Planner website. It was on sale. And yeah, I love this thing because it's really pretty and really minimalist, but we're gonna personalize it a little bit today and then get on our merry way. So we have plastic discs. Automatically, I always upgrade my discs to metal because I just like the way that it feels. It adds some bulk, some heft to the planner, and it looks nicer, in my opinion. And because this is a teacher layout or a teacher planner, there are a couple things that I'm going to do to make this not so teachery. So I'll do a quick flip of the different dividers in case this is something that you are interested in, or I'll just do a quick flip through of this whole thing and then we'll get into customizing it. So the front cover page is going to say teachery things. This doesn't bother me. I will probably eventually just cover this completely with stickers. And then let me move this over so we are framed up well. And maybe actually as we go, I might do some modifications. So once we flip the name page over, we have our 24-25 at a glance and notes for substitute teachers. And you could leave this just as is, but, or you could like relabel it if you wanted to, because it is good note space, but I don't really need it. I do want to keep this. So I think what I'll do is glue. I think I might glue these together. I don't want to lose this. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. And to do that, I'm just going to put some of this roller adhesive. This is Scotch permanent tape. And I always go in between the discs first, just to make sure I don't forget that spot. Then I do the corners, and then, you know, just for good measure, I go down the center. Then we just flip the page over on itself or onto the page below it. And I'm just trying to make sure that the pages are lined up. It's kind of hard to tell, but that looks good to me. So I'm just pushing here and then we'll go down. Might not be perfect. It most certainly is not perfect. That was really crooked. Sometimes I have success with that method. Sometimes I don't. The problem is that these are so off level that it was hard to line that up. But it does the trick. I go from my name page to this yearly overview. So yearly overview, really nice. And I always use the, oh my goodness, do I have them in here? I always use the Planner Kate holidays. I'll use these to populate in here, but I think I want to hold off for now because I might do something budget related here. I'm not sure yet. We're making this up as we go, so bear with me. I also want to make sure my phone doesn't lose any juice today. So let's make sure we're plugged in. So we have our year at a glance. I could put maybe the total debits and credits here for each day. I'm going to be using the weekly, each column in the weekly, or each day in the weekly to log, the money that was spent or the money that was earned that day. But maybe this could be totals. Put the totals here. Maybe, I'm not sure. Then we have our currently page. This could also be where I put totals for the month, perhaps. I could do some memory keeping here because this is going to be where I put information about Josh and Esther in addition to the budget stuff. So it is like their calendar plus budget. I'm not putting my information in here because I have another place. I'm kind of doing it separately in my dailies, more like journal style. So this is really meant to be my family's planner. And then we get into July monthly overview, the same as you see in any other planner from the Happy Planner, very minimalist in design. And then we have our teacher layout. The teacher layout has a Monday through Friday here, and then space up at the top to put the different subjects that you are teaching. So you can come up with basically your lesson plan for Monday going across horizontally with each subject going across the top. So maybe this is reading, writing, arithmetic. So Monday reading, Monday's arithmetic, and so on. And so basically, if you're coming up with your lesson plan for reading for the week, you would put all your reading plans vertically going down, all of your arithmetic plans going. Do people say arithmetic still? Going down, math, whatever, going down. And so that's how this is plotted out. But I've seen a lot of people, and I will go back and forth to see which works for me over the next month. They will redate up at the top, having it be Monday through Sunday, because there are 7 different columns. So you can redate up here and then put your different subjects here. And I will try that, see how it works, putting my subject here and redating up at the top. But I've also thought that it'd be cool to leave this Monday through Friday and then have this section over here be blocked out for the weekend. And that is not dissimilar to some of the student layouts we've seen from the Happy Planner in the past, where it's a color block layout. I don't like that layout very much. I like this one, but you can turn it into that kind of color block style where you still have space horizontally for your 5 weekdays, and then you have a spot for your weekend. So I will probably ebb and flow between both methods, leaving it Monday through Friday and then having weekend, and having it Monday through Sunday going down vertically. I'll go back and forth to see what works for me. But let's keep looking at this planner if this is one that you are interested in. So it's a July start. It's going to take us through June of 2025. And it's really minimalist. Like the only teachery thing in it is that top or front page. And then there might be a quote on here that is, keep up the good work. That doesn't have to be teacher related. Very clean, work hard for your dreams. Some people don't like this minimalist look, but I do because I can, do more with it. I can also pop out dividers if I want to. If I want something a little more colorful, I can do that. And June, focus. So this last section is unique to the teacher layout, and it's a checklist tab, and it's got your class roster page on it. And you get a couple of these. No, you get a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 classroom checklists. And this might actually be where I do a little bit more detailed tracking of expenses having to do with the Joyful Sojourn. So I don't have enough room. I could in the back of the Laurel Denise portrait planner, I could do some stuff back there because that is my content creation planner. But I kind of want the finance stuff to be all together because at this point, anything that I earn through the Joyful Sojourn, honestly, is just being cycled back into my family paying bills. That wasn't the case when I was working full-time outside the home, but now, since this is really all that I'm doing work-wise, I don't know why I'm doing this in quotes. This is work, you guys. It takes time and effort to make videos, but this is now work that produces some finances for contribution to my family. And so it does make sense for me to have the Joyful Sojourn, affiliate income or revenue from YouTube. When you guys click on my affiliate links or use discount codes, like, a small portion of that purchase I would get in commission. That all cycles back into my family and provides for my family. So it makes sense to log that kind of thing here now that it's kind of like my family income, if that makes sense. So I might reimagine this for the Joyful Sojourn. And if I did it that way, I would probably have, I might do, I don't know if I would do the month across and then the income sources down, or if I would do the month and the income sources that way. I'm not sure, but it's basically like an Excel sheet. You just have to do everything manually. Okay, enough of the gabbing. Let's actually get to the setup. And the first thing I want to do is change out the discs. I also want to, I want to use the new cover from the Happy Planner. And I decorated a July monthly a few months ago for like a promo of the launch of the 18-month planners from the Happy Planner. I'm going to take that 18-month planners July monthly page and insert it in here. So let's just get to work, and I'm going to show you how to take things off the discs. Many of you are Happy Planner experts, but a lot of you are new to the disc-bound system. So I'm really going to take my time in this video kind of explaining what's so great about customizing, or what's so great about the disc-bound system and how you can customize things. So if you are new to the disc-bound system, these are discs. They are not rings. They are discs, and they come in plastic and metal. And the way that you remove paper from the discs is pulling from the bottom or from the top down. Don't pull out this way because you're going to break the stem in which the paper is attached to the disc. So let me just do that one more time, and then we're going to do it a lot faster so I can get this off the discs. You cannot remove discs from a disc-bound planner. You have to remove the paper from the discs, and then when you're done, all you have left is the discs. This is like the spine of your planner. So I'm going to leave the cover on for now, but let's go ahead and it's good to take maybe a month at a time. If you take any more, you're going to really start to wear the edges down. But again, you're going to pull from the top down, and I'm going to flip it over backwards. You can also pull go from the back and go to the front and just stack them on top of each other. But I always just do it this way. I'm just flipping it over, pulling everything off. And you might think, oh, well, that takes like too much time, but it really is quite easy. We're going to keep everything in real time today, no editing, so y'all can see how fast it is to change out the discs on your planner. And what's cool about this too, if you're changing out the discs, you can evaluate whether or not you want to take out some of the months so that you have more room on your discs for filler paper and other kind of add-on pages in the back of your planner. I haven't decided yet, so we're going to do all of this first. We're going to take all the months off and the checklists off. And also, anatomy of a disc-bound paper. Let's just look at this for a second. When people are talking about discs and the disc-bound system, this is a mushroom punch. So if you are looking to make your own inserts and you see all the different types of punches on Amazon, online, you want a mushroom punch. A lot of the punches have different sized like mushroom tops and stems. So this part is the stem, and it's kind of up to you what your preference is. Some people like a longer stem. Some people like a thicker stem. Yeah. It kind of also depends on the thickness of your disc too, how easily the pages slide on the discs. But yeah, that is a mushroom punch. And that is what makes this so customizable. I highly recommend, if you have a large Happy Planner punch or a big Happy Planner punch to get all the punches in one go, I still would recommend getting a We Are Memory Keepers Power Disc Punch. This punches one at a time, and you'll see here as well, the punch stem, I think, is going to be a little bit different. Yeah, this stem is a little bit skinnier, but this is really great if you're a decorative planner and you have a sticker that goes over your hole punch. Instead of having to repunch the entire sheet with a punch, maybe from another brand that isn't the same size or shape as the Happy Planner punch, and then you end up getting like, I don't know, duplicate punches, but they look kind of wonky. Get one of these because it does one at a time, and you can punch just the hole that has the sticker over it. Okay, so now we have the discs on the cover. And I could change this cover, but I'm not going to because it's nice. I think it's nice, and it's going to fit in just fine with my my deluxe cover. I am going to change the discs out though. So all you do is just pop them off. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna move those out of the way. And then I have a couple of options here. Ooh, you know, I kind of like the graph grid. So another tip for you, you have your covers that come with the planner. You can always, though, kind of flip them around and use the inside as the outside. And I think that looks kind of cool. I mean, this is pretty darn minimal, but something about that graph grid is really pretty. And that might match better with the discs I'm going to use. So Happy Planner has their signature disc that's got the heart punch in it. And they also have a variety of different metal and plastic discs with fun kind of icons punched into the middle. But one of my favorite discs that they have ever come out with, and I very rarely venture past these because I like them so much, are these I call them O discs because they have that O in the middle. They are, I guess you could say, gender neutral. Not that hearts are feminine, but there's just something very clean about the O-ring disc. And there have been one or two other colors of this that have been exclusively on Work Plus Life planners. They have not been available for purchase. So these, black, is the only color that I've seen available for purchase on the Happy Planner website, and I am a big fan. So I am going to pop these guys on. The reason I like the black metal discs is purely aesthetic for, to be honest, my content over on Instagram. Because I do so much decorative planning, and you might do a lot of decorative planning as well, and so the black might be nice and neutral for you too, even if you're not putting up content on Instagram. But the black is really nice. It's really nice and clean for photos. And so I tend to gravitate towards the black O-ring discs because they match everything that I post on Instagram. But apart from that, it just matches whatever cover I'm putting it on. And because there's a little bit of black here in Plan a Happy Life, this is going to connect that back great. So I might cover this up if I want to keep it super neutral, put like a sticker over it or something. But for now, we're going to leave it as is. I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys back on because I still haven't decided if I want to remove any months yet. I'm just not quite sure yet. So what you're gonna do to pop the pages back on is go slow. I start from the bottom and I go up and I just kind of push them around the disc. And again, I wouldn't do more than really a month at a time or you're gonna start folding those pages. So a month at a time, popping them back on the discs. I always keep the cover on or put a cover on first because that's gonna keep the discs from being like wobbly when you're adding the pages back on. Use them as a bit of a support. Use the cover as a support for those discs. So we're gonna pop this back on. Then I'm gonna go into that horizontal planner and change out the month of July, which I have already decorated. And I wanna pick a couple sticker books that I'm gonna use for my planning, kind of budget related planning. And that might be all that we do, although I could set up a week in this planner. So we're just going a month at a time. Now this just got me to January. Let's see how we're doing fit wise if I set this aside. So if you don't have enough pages on the discs, they're gonna be wobbly. So you always want to have the right size of discs and the right number of pages on here. If I were to leave this just like this, then I probably would want to downsize my disc size. And this might even be small enough for mini discs. There is something kind of tempting about mini discs, but I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. But that would give me, if I wanted to keep these discs on, I could add a ton of paper. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to hold off on putting anything past January. We're gonna set that aside and grab this paper. This is classic fill paper, and I just picked this up as well when I purchased this planner. It is pretty darn neutral. Just have some dot grid here and a checklist here. I was not practicing, I was seeing if it would fold over nicely, so that's why we've got that seam right there. But really basic paper. I'm gonna go ahead and take this whole thing. We've got 40 sheets here. I'm going to add this paper. That is way too much at a time. I'm gonna add this paper to the back of this planner. I don't have clarity yet on what I'm gonna use it for, but it is always nice to have brain dump paper in every planner. Either a space like in your actual weekly planner where you can just brain dump, or maybe a notes section in the back of your planner. It's just nice. If you keep this planner like at your dining room table, which is probably where this one's gonna stay, and let's say I'm on a phone call with someone, it'd be nice to be able to open up this planner and just flip the back, and while I'm on the phone I can kind of take notes without messing up my weekly. So I just added all those checkoff pages. There are 40 sheets in there. We'll add this folded guy in the middle. Maybe he'll start to flatten a little bit. And as far as popping things on, I'm pretty willy-nilly. I just kind of put my finger between the discs and pop the paper on. So now we have December, and then right after the month of December, we go into my checkoff pages. Now, this is where it would be nice to have a page finder or a bookmark of some kind. And I do have some options here. Wait a second. Those are all going this way. And I want a divider that's going to go at the top like a bookmark. Hold on, guys. Ooh, hold on. Of course, I did not grab what I needed. Let me see if I can find my page markers. Give me just a second. Ooh, this could be kind of fun. Y'all, I need to use my stash. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm looking through my, all of my planners, trying to find a good page finder. One that's nice and thick. You know what? Maybe I will go with this one. Okay. This is actually a Jane's Agenda page finder. I have loved this one for so long. Jane's Agenda, what does she call these ones? These are the hybrid dashboards. Excuse me. And it is so pretty. I stuck a transparent sticky pad on here. The hybrid dashboards are wider and longer than her typical page finders. And so they actually fit 3x3 sticky notes. So you can stack up as many, well, you could probably fit maybe 2 3x3 sticky notes on here. And that's kind of a fun decorative way to, hold on, let me go up a little bit higher, to dress up your planner. And let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, so see that? It says inbox right there. And it's got a nice pull to it. Yeah, that is nice. So we're gonna go with the hybrid dashboard to separate my calendar pages from my notebook pages. The other thing I wanted to do was add the checklist section back in because that's where we're gonna do some tracking. And I will say that there is definitely a time and a place for online tracking. So if I'm tracking budget related things for the Joyful Sojourn, ultimately I need that to be, and maybe your family budget, or if you own a rental property or something like that, you absolutely want to have an Excel file. You want to do this digitally because that's how you're going to have the information you need at your fingertips for filing your taxes. But since quitting my job, I do not sit at a computer all day. And there are several days at a time where I will not open a computer. And so having this on paper is so nice because it's always there. It's a way to be kind of tech free and to not be tethered to my computer. I can write it down on paper, and then eventually, yes, I will need to convert this over to a spreadsheet online, but I'm not, again, in a computer every day. If you are in a computer every day, then you might want to do this digitally, and paper seems totally stupid. But I'm not, and I'm in paper every day. I am not in a computer every day. And so it's much easier for me to go into like an app on my phone that has, or like my bank account app or PayPal or whatever, scroll on my phone and then just write things down. And then maybe quarterly, I'm going to need to go through and update a spreadsheet for tax purposes. So let's close everything up. And if your paper or your discs are kind of being stodgy, definitely rotate them, especially if your discs are new and your paper is new. You kind of got to wear it in a little bit. I feel like I'm getting stuck on something too. Hold on. What are we getting stuck on? This also happens when you don't have enough on your discs. I feel like Something's going on with my classroom list right here on this guy. Does not want to roll on these discs, but that will wear in with time, so I'm not going to worry about it. So now we're good. We have the next, 6 months here with the teacher layout. We have my inbox that's going to open up to note pages. And the other thing I was going to do, what is this getting stuck on? Let me rotate. It's just this one. This bottom one is getting stuck. I wonder if there's actually gunk on this disc, because that does happen. Okay, so now that we've done this, I want to grab this guy and this planner. So this is a 18-month horizontal planner, which I was planning to use for journaling this July, and that's why I decorated it first and posted it over on Instagram, but I'm not confident I'm going to use it. I have not used it in July so far, but I decorated it. So I'm going to, this is a really pretty planner, by the way, and I do appreciate and love the horizontal layout, but it's not for me right now in this season of life, but I love this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the July monthly from this guy, since I've already decorated it. And this is what's so great about the discbound system, the way that you can just pull things from other planners and make your system custom. So I'm gonna take this and pop it into this guy. So I'm gonna take out July, which is a bummer because this, be a difference maker. I like that cover. It's really pretty. But so is this one, Embrace What Today Will Bring. So I'm going to take that out and pop in this divider, which is kind of cool. It's starting us off with gold. Yes, it's going to clash with the rose gold, but that is quite all right. And I'm going to pop this guy on here. Obviously, I decorated with new release items back in, I think it was April that I decorated this. And at the time, I didn't, know what I was going to be using this layout for. So it's not as functional for me from a budget perspective. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to use the monthly for. Maybe it will be family planning and memory keeping rather than budget. I'm just not sure yet. So we're going to leave it in, see how it goes. And then maybe in August, I'll figure out how I want this all to work. This is the first time that I'm using a teacher planner in this way. And so it's going to be interesting. Let me show you how I have set up the second week of July already. I have a speedy reel for this guy up on Instagram if you want to see how it came together. But what I've done is I've redated up at the top Monday through Sunday, and I put the different areas that I wanted to track in the left margin. So Josh's schedule is going across, Esther's schedule is going across, and then I have debits, credits, totals, and notes. I have no idea if this is going to be enough space. I certainly hope so. We really shouldn't be paying any more bills or doing any more shopping than 7 spaces per day. I just don't see how that is a thing. Credits would be income. I'd probably label it income in the future. And then totals and notes. So down here maybe is a summary for Mondays, how much we spent and how much we made. And we'll do that all the way across. In future weeks, it is likely that I will try keeping the dates here and doing that weekly setup here. So this is kind of an overview of how I'm going to try using it in the month of July. And I will say that if this doesn't work for me, that doesn't mean that using a teacher layout when you're not a teacher is a bad idea. It just means that it didn't work for me. I have used the teacher planner layout in social media planning, like content creation planning. I've used it for fitness and wellness, and it is excellent. This is one of my favorite planners for non-teachers because of how it has lines so you can write in things really easily, and just because of how it's broken up by subject. So definitely consider a teacher planner if you are new to the Happy Planner and you're kind of trying to figure out what you want to use. Maybe you see the vertical planner, but you wish that it had lines. This could be a good option. Yes, there is a lined vertical planner, but they're few and far between. The teacher planners are always going to be lined like this, and you can plan vertically if you redate it. But I think most of us, when we look at our lives, like, we have different buckets, right? We have like our home life, we have our work life, maybe we have our side hustle, maybe we have our kids' extracurricular activities. And seeing this teacher layout really as a subject layout where you're able to kind of break things up, I think is really, really smart and can help kind of declutter and like untangle the many things that are pulling us in different directions every day. One of the things that I like about this too, I think got pulled out really well in the Mom Agenda Planner. I did a review of that last year. I think it's on a coil, and the Mom Agenda Planner is set up very similar to this. And it's set up to have like a space for each of your kids, and then you're planning across the week. And this is exactly the same thing, but it's not prompting you with what to put in each box. And so if you're curious about the Mom Agenda Planner, or you like being able to separate blocks for each of your kids and their activities, consider the teacher planner, because I think it could be something that works for you. Now, whether or not this will work for budgeting, I don't know. And I've seen budget planners and they're way more detailed and really get into like finance, and that's not what I'm doing. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I really just want to list like how I spent my money every day. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Enough talking. Shall we throw this into my new cover and see what else we need? I want to get this all set up to be ready and at our dining table. So I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. This is the deluxe cover from the Happy Planner. It came out in the summer release, and it fits a classic planner perfectly. So I'm just going to slide this in here. You've got a pocket here, a pen loop as well, which is nice. You can have everything all together. I'm just sliding this in. Look how sexy that is. As soon as I saw this cover, I had to have this planner because I felt like it was going to be like perfect. So we have the planner. Oh, the other thing I wanted to add was this. This is one of my favorite cardstocks from Planything. It's from maybe 2 years ago, but this girl is a moment. I love her so much. And I was thinking, now I'm really thinking, you need a back cover for this deluxe cover because you need something to slide into the sleeve. But technically, do you need a front cover? I mean, it's gonna add some protection. This is a nice thick cardstock, so I feel like it doesn't need the laminated protection. Then when I open it, this is what I see. What do you guys think? She's cute. I kind of want to leave it just like this. Or do I add it back on? Decisions. Because then I could just change the cardstock out every month. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave this just like this for now. Let's talk about budget-related sticker books. So I have the Know Your Worth. And then for a while, I was trying to keep up with the Kelva Plan at a Kelva Plan budget planner. And something about that layout didn't work for me. It was good, but I don't know, I just didn't stick with it. It was also undated. I like that this is dated. But I do like the stickers. There are some really good tracker stickers, and these are all going to fit in a classic size happy planner. So I want to keep, like, these paid stickers are nice. So I want to keep this, but will it fit? I don't think it's going to fit in this pocket, especially not, yeah, it's not going to fit. The Know Your Worth sticker book will fit. It's got savings goals and no spends and stuff like that. So I'm going to put the Know Your Worth sticker book in here. And this, I mean, it's kind of actually, it's the exact height as the cover. Is it going to close? It will close, but it's a bit of a stretch. She is like popping at the seams, so we're not going to do that. I'll just have to keep this here in my office, and then when I want to use it, use it. Let's see, what else do we want to populate into my family/budget planner? Obviously, we're going to want some pens, and I'm really liking a finer tip these days, but the metal Sharpie S-Gel is so pretty. I could change out the cartridge, the ink cartridge. Let's see, should we put this in here? Sure. Do we clip it? No, I don't want to clip it. Maybe put it over here. I don't like that so much. Really what I want is one of the 1Ps. I love the little chubby Uniball 1P pens. I think they're so great. It doesn't match this. Where do I have one of these in like a coffee color and in a, it's called a yogurt color. Let me see. Ooh, I could just go with, or I could go with this one. I think my favorite writing pen is the Uniball pen. I like their ink so much. We could just go with this one. That's satisfying. I think that looks cute. Okay, so do we want to add any sticky notes? I think for now I don't. I do have those in there, which means I would need an oil-based pen or a pencil. I could grab a pencil. Let's grab a pencil. I'm going to put a pencil in here. So in case you didn't know that, the transparent sticky notes work with oil-based pens and pencils and Sharpies. They're not going to work with a standard gel pen, so keep that in mind. I think that's all I'm going to do. I was going to decorate a weekly and get that set up, but I don't think I'm in a headspace to do any decorating right now. So we're going to let it be and consider my, oh, that's what I was going to do, is I'm going to glue these together, and then we will call it a video. So I hope that this was helpful. I know I really didn't get into the nitty-gritty of how I am going to use this as a budget planner, but I hope that my explanation of what I'm trying to do was helpful. I really just want to write down when we shop. I want to write down when Josh gets paid. And a lot of people don't need a separate planner for that, and that's cool. But in this moment in my family's life, we do. And if I'm more likely to track our budget on paper than like at all, if I'm going to do it at all, and it's going to be on, oh my gosh, words. If I'm going to do it at all, it's going to be on paper. And so if doing it on paper will make me do it, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense, guys. I'm kind of all over the place today, but that is my setup for my new family and kind of finance tracking planner. And we'll see how things go with using the checklist for tracking debits and credits for the Joyful Sojourn. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Check out my Instagram, The Joyful Sojourn. That's probably where I'm most likely going to talk about how it's going in my stories. I'm very active in my stories. So make sure that you are following me over there. And if you want to see the other planners that I'm using, I've got 2 Laurel Denise planners. I've got Hemlock and Oak notebook. I have a Hemlock and Oak weekly planner that I haven't been as active in. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that moving forward. I've got this happy planner. I've got, I'm going to make a Jane's Agenda notebook. I'm going to do a planner stack. What am I currently using video? So if you want to check that out, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. Until next time, friend, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.